Hey guys, I got my good friend and client Matt out here in Ohio, US, and he's here to tell us a little. He's been doing the Ycba Academy for a good 16 weeks. He's been absolutely killing it, absolutely transformed his body, and he's here to tell us a little bit about his experience in the academy. Matt, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Sure. So I am Matt. I am 45 years old, and my background is really more so running and cardio. And I came to Andre to kind of understand what it takes to build muscle on my upper body and to trim some fat, lean up a little bit. So I wanted to not only do those things, but I wanted to know the proper way and to be most effective with my time management. So,
Yep. Yeah. Awesome, buddy. And that brings me to the first question of basically, where were you when you first started the program, man? So where were you with your fitness? Where were you with your life and stuff like that?
Sure. So, my wife and I run ultra marathons, and we do some triathlons, but we're mainly cardio. And so I've never really put time into building muscle in my upper body. And, if I were to go to a gym, I wouldn't be doing a set program. It would be more off of what I see other people do. And I know there has to be, or I knew there had to be a technique or a, a really effective way to do it. So.
Yeah. And it's awesome when you started, man. I was super excited to get you on board because, your direction was running, right? And you really wanted to get this strength element into your running game, and you noticed improvements in your running, right, from the strength training.
Absolutely. The more from this standpoint of I haven't had any injuries or little niggles that you get when you're putting in a lot of miles. You have tendencies to overdo it, and what I found was I didn't have any of that going into my last 50 miler. So really impressed by the way your coaching has helped me in that regard.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate that,
Thank
buddy.
you.
But it's all your hard work as well. So guys, Matt's extremely hard worker. He puts running in. Geez, I wouldn't even know how many times a week are you running at this point, Matt?
Oh, it's 6 or 7 days a week.
6 or 7.
Yeah.
And if anyone else is there watching, you can put on muscle mass while you're running that often. Matt's a prime example. They are a bit counterintuitive, but you can make it work. Definitely the weights and the running, absolutely. So what was the ultimate decision for joining, Matt? What was the ultimate decision to start with the academy?
I think it was just a trust factor when we met, and you've kind of explaining your technique. It just seemed like it would fit with what I wanted to do. I mean, you reached out. I like somebody that is proactive and a go-getter, and that's what I got from you when you contacted me. And then listening to you, that just sold me on, okay, this guy knows not only what we can do for strength, but also for diet and how that plays into it, and energy factors. And you don't need all the carbs, and the carbs are good, but it has its place. And so just communicating with you over the Zoom here has really helped, I guess, seal the deal on the 16-week program.
Yep. Awesome, man. And thanks for putting in your trust into me, Matt. And that's awesome. I appreciate it. Is there anything you're skeptical about actually before joining? Anything you're worried about, maybe online or something like that? Anything you're skeptical?
Yeah. I mean, I was a little concerned with the Zoom and how you would get, how the technique and everything, or the positioning of certain exercises and all that. And
Mhm.
it seems to be that video has really worked well with, showing you what I'm doing and you being able to critique me. So,
Yeah, yeah. Awesome, brother. That's awesome, man. And let's get into those results, right? Got some great results. So what kind of specific results did you get in the program, mate?
sure. So, I mean, I wasn't, I would say overweight. I just couldn't
Not even.
see my, um, certain muscle groups and stomach, abs, and all that. And you can definitely see, um, more of my, um, I guess, side muscles on my abdominal region.
Hmm.
Um, I can tell in my shoulders and my pecs that they've definitely grown, in my arms, and
Hmm.
my wife, thanks you too. So,
I love that.
and even with all the running that I do, I've never really seen the definition in my legs, and
Hmm.
I can see a lot more lines through the leg than
Hmm.
I've ever been able to. So, and that's
Awesome.
goes back to the diet and being
Yeah.
able to trim the layer or the water that's in your system,
Yep. Yep.
uh, to show some of that muscle group. So,
Absolutely. And training your legs appropriately, you know what I mean? The
yeah,
hamstrings and the quads appropriately for your running. And, even though you're at home and didn't have the most heaviest available stuff for the legs, you still got a lot, you're still getting a lot from that, which is awesome, brother. Yeah, you're an athletic guy from the beginning, like you said. You didn't come see me with like a health issue and you needed to, to dramatically like fix something. So you were lean. When I looked at you, you're like, you want to get lean? You look lean already. I'm like, gee, you look pretty lean. But then, yeah, we just got you more and more ripped. Your abs start coming out, the shape in the shoulders, bigger arms. It was all happening there, mate.
yeah, it's
Uh,
exciting
yeah, another thing too, your posture improved quite a bit,
for sure.
right? I think because the running, you tend to. I'm not sure if you're meant to be running. I think upright runner, or do you kind of lean forward a bit with the
No,
running?
you need to lean into it.
Yeah, you need to lean.
Lean
That's what I
into it.
thought,
Yeah.
and that's why the posture was not as upright. And then we got that fixed pretty quick. Awesome, Matt, man. You look fantastic. Well done. So what was the best piece of advice you think in the whole program, mate? Was it nutrition? Was it the workouts? What do you think was the best piece of advice?
Um, the introduction to keto was
Hmm.
pretty beneficial, but I think the workout sets are what really I think I value the most, because it's that structure that helps you with. So you say, oh, you're working on your chest, but there's lots of regions of the chest that we need to work all the different areas, and you're giving the exercises that allows, um, a person to develop that. And if you're not being told the correct way, you may
Hmm.
be doing bench press like nonstop and wondering why you're not seeing gains. And that's where your
Cool.
expertise comes into play. So,
Thanks. I like that, Matt, because that is literally my bread and butter. The whole lifting and the exercises is what I love and what I the bodybuilding background. So that
yeah,
I'm glad you picked up on the little tweaks that I do with you that really make a big difference. For example, I know you've got kind of long arms, right, or long limbs. Generally,
yeah,
for a tall guy, I'm not sure if you remember this at the beginning, but I said more flies will probably be a bit more beneficial for your kind of body type. So it's
yeah,
all relevant for your body type as well. Yeah.
yeah.
Cool. Awesome, Matt. Thanks for that, buddy. And finally, man, is there any watching or any type of person you would recommend this program to, buddy? Anyone out there watching that you'd recommend it?
Well, from my standpoint, if you're in the same scenario where you want to improve your running or improve your, um, just physique overall, that's the type of person that should be doing this, because for the amount of time that you put into it, you could go years and not gain the insights that you provide in the 16 weeks. And so really important, to, I guess, trust and then execute according to what you're saying, because that'll give you the benefits and the gains that you want. Also, you know, you preach this, but it's really about staying consistent with the program. If you're not, you know, you're just you won't see the benefits.
Yeah. Well done, mate. You're a prime example of a committed guy. You work hard. You applied what I tell you all the time. All right. Even if you're doubting something, like when you ask the question, it'll work all good. Same even with the keto aspect of it. Like for a runner, for not eating carbs is a bit strange initially. You're like, hold on, don't I need that? But yeah, you've done so well, Matt. And thanks for sharing your story, buddy. I appreciate it.
Certainly. Yeah. Anytime.
Thank you so much, mate.
All right.
Cheers.
Thanks, Andre.
Bye.